What's going on, everybody? We are back here live here on the OT Radio Show, and man, we got a great show for y'all today. Today, we are bringing in Miss Dana Teate, yes, LCDC, a behavior health professional, right? And when I say professional, I mean professional with a capital P. Yes. And she's a community advocate with more than 16 years of experience helping individuals and family navigate and recover from mental health and personal growth. As a founder of Step Forward Treatment Center and co-owner of Ascent Community Group, Dana is making lasting difference in the lives of countless people through education, support, and empowerment. So please help me welcome here for the first time, Miss Dana. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I am good. Well, first, thank you for joining us here on the show. It's always an honor to have great people that do great things in the community here on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here with you today.
Yes. So let's talk right into it because you specialize and you're professional, which is always helping the community and doing a lot of things, especially since it is Mental Health Month for Men. Right. So I'm glad you are on the show too, because we're going to be having a conversation about that too. But let's talk a little bit. Right. So what inspired you in your journey to be dedicated just to help others?
Well, my thing is that I see what we're dealing with as a community,
Mm-hmm.
and especially although I've been doing this prior to COVID, but especially since COVID, look at what our world is dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of individuals that are struggling with mental illnesses, substance abuse addictions, and more. But
Mm-hmm.
what actually led me to this is a family history of substance abuse and mental illness. So I started this journey in 2023 with substance as a substance abuse counselor.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that I wanted out because you're taking on other people's problems.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided that, I wanted to continue because since then I've lost family members due to overdose.
Mm-hmm.
So that made me continue to push. And you just can't give up in an industry like this. Somebody have to be out there to help. And that's where my passion, I want to help. And although I may not change everybody, if I can help one person, I've done my job.
Yeah.
And I have a true passion of helping people overcome addictions and, helping on the mental illness side.
Yes, because right now, like when you talk about it, it's a real crisis. Is a crisis that has hit to tremendous numbers. So
Yeah.
with your education, in substance abuse and counseling, how did that prepare you for today and what you're seeing today?
Well, honestly, you'll never just be prepared, I should
Mm-hmm.
say. So, you're meeting clients with different issues. So you always have to meet the client where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
Just meet them where they're at. Nothing is prepared because of the things that we see today is like I said, we take on that weight. So we're never prepared because everybody has a different story.
Yeah.
Everybody's journey is different. So you don't know what that person is going to hit you with today. It may be
Mm-hmm.
something that you never experienced before. You just have to be authentic. You have to be, truthful with your client and just be there to help and not necessarily give them the answer, but help them to navigate life, help
Mm-hmm.
them to reach that ultimate goal.
So what are some of the misconceptions that people have about addiction and recovery?
People think that, oh, they're taking their own drugs, they can get off. It's
Mm.
not easy.
Mm-hmm.
This is it's a disease, and I can compare it to a lot of times just so the person that I'm speaking to can understand, um that compare it to a illness as far as cancer.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get treatment in order to kill those cells that's causing that illness.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to get treatment. And a lot of times you'll have clients say, how can you help me? You've never been in the streets before. You've never been on alcohol or drugs before. A doctor may have never had cancer, but he's treating you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that easy. You have to go through counseling and programs to help you overcome this addiction, because once you start is and it could be it's hereditary. A lot of times it is hereditary.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go through, and the person have to actually want the help as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you can beat a person, beat a person, beat a person, beat a person, and if they don't want the help, then they're not going to accept it. And family members try to force them to go to treatment, and they're going to treatment because you're forcing it. But do the person actually want the help?
Right.
So they have to want that help. They have to make the change. It's up to that individual. And it's not that easy. People think, oh, they're on drugs or they need to get off them drugs. It's not that easy. It's not
Mm-hmm.
that person has to go through counseling and help to actually get off those drugs. And not only that, depending on what they're taking, they may just can't come off cold turkey
Right.
because you can kill them alone. Because clients are oftentimes with alcoholism, especially is one, and opioids. They
Mm-hmm.
withdrawals. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not just that easy to just get off the
Get off
drug.
of God. Right.
And for people and families that don't understand addiction, they have actually groups for families.
Mm-hmm.
Al-Anon is one that I'm familiar with. It's for family to help the family members go into the group and understand exactly what their client is dealing with.
Mm-hmm. So, what advice would you give someone who knows they need help but is afraid to seek treatment?
Love yourself.
I love that.
Love yourself, because if you love yourself, you will get the help. Because and don't be concerned what the next person say, because they're going to talk regardless.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking now because you're looking bad. They're talking now because you're displaying these behaviors. So it doesn't matter what the next person say. What should matter is, how long do I want to live?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you continue to do that drug, you're going to be 6 feet under.
Mm-hmm.
It's no doubt about it. Either
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be 6 feet under, or you're gonna be in prison somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry what the next person thinks about you. You have to love yourself enough to get the help. And if you don't, and you have to do it for self. Let's
Mm-hmm.
be clear on that. You can't do it for someone else, because as I just mentioned, if you do it for someone else, it's not going to work.
Right.
You have to do it for self. You have to be tired of living that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that I do know, especially when you're dealing with addiction, especially in the families, a lot of times there's not a lot of family support, right? So a lot of times, some certain family members will look down on certain family members because they're doing it. What are some things that families can do to better support their loved ones struggling with addiction?
Talk to them to see exactly what they're going through. Ask them if they need help. What can I assist with to get you that help? Because just talking about them and talking down on them is not going to change the situation, nor is it helping your family member who you so called that you love.
Mm-hmm.
So ask them, what is it that I can do to help you? What do you need from me? You
Mm-hmm.
know, be that support, because when they feel like they don't have anyone, that pushes them to the street even further. I don't have anyone to depend on, but at the same token, you have to want the help and take the help when it's offered to you.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I definitely agree with that because a lot of times, we tend to shy from that. Family members tend to shy from that. So I like that. Now let's talk about you because you not only, you got a criminal justice and you deal with rehab and stuff like that for over 16 years, right? So one of the things that I want to talk about, because you worked in a correction, facility, right?
Mhm.
What is some of the challenges do do they have individual face when they start to re-enter society through the
Well, I would say the biggest challenge that I feel inmates have when they re-enter society is getting that second chance. Although they have the second chance act, it's like they already have this stamp on their back. They're gonna
Mhm.
have a number for life. So it's filling out that application and saying I committed this crime or this is what I did, and now it's hard for you to find a job. So my thing is that if you're trying to rehabilitate and they're going through these different um, programs while during their incarceration, but when they get out, it's hard to find a job because they have to check yes that I have a felon. I'm a
Yeah.
felon.
Mhm.
So it's kind of hard for it's like society telling you this is what they want you to do, but then when you get out, it's kind of hard to find employment because you have that background.
Mhm.
So that's the hardest part as far as I've seen inmates release
Mhm.
and trying to find gainful employment because of their background and because of what they did in the past. We're living in this society where we're going to dangle it over your head regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. So
No matter
what?
what you do, no matter how many programs you've taken, you can be certified. I just had to put that out there, you know. So, you
Yo,
know,
that is true. That is true. That is definitely true. I have seen it. I have witnessed it. I have lived it. So it's true. It's true. So what challenges, would you like to see, especially in a criminal justice system, regarding mental health and addiction treatment?
well, I would like to see more um, specialized programs dealing with addiction. And it seems, and I don't choose to talk about that side of it because, of course, I'm still,
Mm-hmm.
you know, employed
Mm-hmm.
with the justice system with Department of Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but instead of taking away programs, I think that they need to leave programs in its place at all institutions.
I agree.
Why are you taking it away? If this is something that we're dealing with in our society, we're dealing with drugs. Look at what we have. We have all of these pills in the streets. All of this we're dealing with. And not only that, we have what it's another drug that just came out that's even more deadly.
Mhm.
And you're taking away programs as far as drug programs in the institutions. That makes no sense to me. It makes no sense because these opioids are killing our people, and it's our people who are sick that don't know that they're sick.
Mm-hmm.
They're thinking, "Oh, I can manage it. This is just a pill. I can take this." They don't know that they're sick. And
Mm-hmm.
not only that, it's also killing our students who are in school. So we need more educational programs to educate our community and our inmates. And then you're taking it out of the system, the programs out of the system, but the drugs are entering the gates.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense.
Well, I see that you're doing a lot, right? And I see that you're not just talking it, you're actually living it, right? Because you founded, Step Forward Treatment Center. Take me to the process of you going through this process and realizing that this is something that's needed. Take us through your vision. Take us through the hardship. Take us through the grind. Because a lot of times, we only see
Yes.
the final step, right? So for my listeners, I like for them to engage and the people that are watching to engage the not only the finished product, but what it took to get to that finished product.
Whew, sweat and tears. I'm
Mm,
telling you, it takes a lot from your family. When I'm saying a lot of time.
mm-hmm,
It takes a lot of time. And is I can say building a business or trying to continue any business, it is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. But in this particular field, as far as substance abuse and mental health counseling, you're dealing with different insurance companies who you have to get credentialed with to help the community, because a lot of people don't have insurance, Medicaid, getting different contracts so that people can actually participate in your programs or even come to see you for counseling. Sometimes it takes, and this is just me saying this, I think they try to make people give up because it takes months and years to become credentialed. So I would advise anyone, if you're trying to start a practice, don't do anything. Take it slow, get credentialed with everything first, everything, so you can be able to provide the support to your community. If you just say, okay, I'm gonna be a cash pay, that's hard because a lot of people don't have the funds to pay for services. And we have to, this is our career, so we have to, this is how we're eating. So we can't do everything for free, but at the same token, we want to help our community. So it is important. I would say, I've heard people say, I don't take Medicaid because Medicaid don't pay. But I understand that it don't pay, but you have a lot of people that's on Medicaid that need help. And that's all that they have. So as far as the journey, yeah, you look at the part where, oh, now we're becoming established and we have this going on. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of nights that you're going to be up. You're going to be in the office late. You're going to be doing, constantly calling insurance companies to check on claims or check on your credentialing application. Me and my sisters and our husband, we're opening up a senior community group right now. We just, June 1st is when we was able to take the first client. June 1st. And be mindful, we started this project, what I want to say, maybe year before last. It took that long, year before last, that long to become credentialed with the MCOs. First, we had to, but first, wait, we had to go Medicaid first. And then that took almost a year.
Wow.
Medicaid have to come out for the inspection. They have to inspect your office. They have to make sure everything, they come out first. And then after them, then you have to go through the MCOs. Then after you go through the MCOs, then it's another step with the practice that we have. We have to go through another a state agency to get CMBHS. So it takes a whole lot, and it's not for the weak. So if you really want to help people, and this is what you really want to do, it takes a lot, but you got to stick to it. And a lot of people, I was told that a lot of people give up because it is too much. It's a lot. Getting credentialed and going through the process. And also, don't forget, it takes money.
Yeah.
It takes money. So if you want to make money, you have to be willing to invest. It takes time and money. And sometimes you think, I'm not getting nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. I've been here. But you start to see the growth, and you start to see where you started and where you are today. So if you're not willing to spend the money, then it's not going to work. So that's another thing. And it's a little thing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
And it's little things that you don't think about paying for. I'm like insurance, your medical system that you got to work in. It's just little things that you think that's recurring fees that you have to pay for monthly, because nothing is free. Nothing.
Wow, y'all heard it first here. I mean, hey, like you said, make sure you get your credentials first. But this is yeah.
Get your credentials. Get your credentials first. And then you start. Right.
Yeah.
And not only your credentials with Medicaid, I'm talking about school. Because you gotta first go through that. And not only that, I'm also in school now working on my LPC. I have my
Mm.
LCDC. I done school. This is my second master's. So now I'm working on my LPC. So it's a lot you have to go. But if you're dedicated and this is what you want to do, and this is something that you have a heart to do, you're going to do it.
Yo, I ain't going front with you, right? Like just sitting back and listening to you and hearing all the great things that you're doing in the community and how you're still like balancing everything. Like I gotta give you your flowers. I definitely gotta give you your flowers. To you and your team, gotta give you your flowers because when we talk about leadership and we talk about community, advocacy and stuff like that, a lot of people say it, but there's not a lot of people actually doing it. And
Mm-mm.
you're doing it. So I commend you 100% for that community, and the things that you are doing and the impact that you are showing. Let's talk a little bit about your personal life because you have been married
Yes.
for
19
10
years.
years. And talk to me about how to sustain a healthy marriage.
Well, you have to have someone doing what I'm doing. You have to have someone that understands. You can't be in a selfish marriage
Mm-hmm.
and say that you're backing a person and everything is about you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have that understanding partner to know that it's going to be sacrifices, because if we're going to get, because don't take the pretty piece at the end, but don't want to be with me when it's drunk, when we're in the grinding. You got to understand it's going to be times to where I'm not going to be able to sit up and talk.
Uh-huh.
I can't be with you every step of the way, because if you want us to get to Z, you gotta you gotta be there when we're navigating A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you, and when that time comes, all I can say is that your partner, they have to have some type of understanding. Have to, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of effort. And it's going to. And when you're in a marriage and you're an entrepreneur, that your partner is going to have to understand that a lot of time is going to be taken away from me, because we're starting up a business.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sacrifice, and understanding that it's temporary. Like I would tell my clients, it's temporary. It's not going to be like this all the time. You just have to get through this mud first.
Mm-hmm.
And once we get through the mud and we get on some beautiful turf, everything will be okay. But we got to get through this mud first. And you have to have the patience to allow your partner to get through the mud. So that's where it starts. So it's a lot of juggling, it's a lot of things that's missed. You may not be able to attend everything for family
Mm-hmm.
members, because you're actually starting up a business, or you have this going on, or you have other obligations. And right now, my main priority, of course, is God, family, and then this business, my marriage. But if once you and your spouse have that understanding, everything will run smoothly. And your family know that I can't be here, I can't do this, because this is what I have to do. I have to take care of this first. If we want to see the prize at the end, you have to allow me to get through this.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be selfless, because if a selfish person will not allow it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bottom line. You
I,
cannot have a selfish partner trying to become an entrepreneur.
I agree. I agree. But let's talk a little bit about sorority, because you are a proud member of,
Yeah,
AKA Sorority
yes,
Incorporated,
I
you
am.
know. So, how did they influence your leadership and service?
Well, I'm going to be 100% honest. I
Uh-huh.
even had to let my sorority go for a
Mm,
while,
mm,
because of me becoming a business owner.
mm,
I did not, I knew where my priorities was it. So
mm,
I had to actually, withdraw from the chapter, and I
Hmm.
became a general member.
Okay.
And I'm just now, June 1st, I know that's the number, but June 1st, I became active again in my
Hmm.
local chapter. And the reason being is because now I'm seeing the light to where maybe I can do a little bit more. And although they know, I said, you can't ask me for a lot, I can do a little bit, but I'm not all the way where I need to be. I'm halfway there and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, like I mentioned, but I still cannot give them 100%, but I can give them what I can.
Right.
And they are very big, of course, it's a
Yeah.
sorority community
Yeah.
service like any other sorority or fraternity. And, we do a lot. And believe it or not, we just had and I'm saying we because I just joined again,
Hmm.
but they just had a mental health event in our local community about 3 weeks ago.
Hmm.
So, so that's inspiring to know that you guys actually acknowledge this. You guys are, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that, was that I actually joined right after that. I went back.
I like it. I like it. At the end of the day, I'm going to always say this, regardless if you are a paying member or a member that haven't paid, you are still a part of the group. Yeah, you went through everything. So at the end of the day, you can't take my certificate that always be in the back from me because I
No,
didn't
you can't.
already did it. So at the end of the day, you are still AKA.
Yes,
Always
I
remember
am.
that.
Proud
One
member, proud member.
prou- proud member. Yeah, we proud member. So let's look ahead a little bit. What are some of your goals once you obtain your LPCA credentials?
Well, once I become just an LPC,
Mhm.
I have a desire to also become a supervisor after being an LPC for, I think, what is it, 5 years.
Mhm.
So I would like to be an LPC supervisor. But as far as my goals, is to continue to grow my business.
Mhm.
And the reason that I decided to actually become an LPC is because I'm in this industry. And although I can treat substance use, I was very, if mental illness did not deal with the substance use, I was limited.
Mhm.
So my thing is that I'm gonna go to school and get what I need because I don't want to have to depend on somebody.
Mhm.
So say for instance, if one of the LPCs or the LCSW can't provide the services, I want to be able to step up and be able to do that.
Mhm.
So if nobody is here, I can provide those services. I don't want to have to depend on anyone to do anything for um, my business that I cannot do. I want to be able to do everything from start to finish. So again, like I mentioned, my sisters, we're in this together with our husbands, of course, that they're
Mhm.
our support. And my other sister is also in a program with me. We will be finishing together.
I love that. I love that.
So we don't want to have to depend on nobody. We're gonna do, although we will have staff, we have staff. But
Mhm.
as far as that, we gonna do it. If somebody can't do it, we're gonna do it. This is our business. We want to be able to do everything.
Mm. So for those who are, watching and those who want to be listening, tell us what LPC means.
It's a licensed professional counselor.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
Licensed professional counselor.
There you go. There you go. Because we could throw out all these things in the background, but a lot of people like, yo, what is that? So I always like to tell people and you know, give the insight, right?
Yeah.
So what legacy do you hope to leave when it comes down to the behavioral health field?
I want the world to know that I'm serious about what I'm doing and what I'm building. Although, of course, we want to get paid, it's not all about the money. We have sick people in this world that's struggling on both ends, mentally and with substance use. I have experienced it with family alone. Again, I've experienced death due to addiction. So I want the world to know that I'm sincere. I want to help, and would do anything in my power to help where I can help. and be there when I can be there. I don't just want it to be, oh, I want to be this multi-million-dollar business just because of say, and don't care about my clients, because you have entities out there that now it becomes a number. The clients are
Mm-hmm.
not getting the proper treatment. They're not getting the services that they were once getting before. I don't ever want my business to get to that point to where we forget where we started or who we are as a business. Our main concern is the client.
Mm-hmm.
That's our main concern. Getting them stabilized, getting them back on their feet, getting them where they need to be mentally and off those substances. Even if it's referring them to, even if they have to have medication, although we don't provide medication here, I want to be able to refer them out. And we do work with the psychiatric nurse practitioner, or we can refer them out for medications to stabilize them.
Yeah.
And if we can't help you, if we cannot help you here, I'm not going to hold you back from getting
Mm.
help.
Like that. One big community. One big community. I like that. I like that. So where do you see, Step Forward Treatment Center and the Sins Community Group in the next 4 years? Smile about it. Smile about it. There we go. There we go. There we go now.
I see us as a well known agency outside of the state of Texas. Once I get this solid, our goal is to expand beyond.
Mm, love it. I love it. I
Expand
love
beyond.
it.
And I'm saying as far as step forward, because it's smaller. Of
Hmm.
course, we will be, here, but as for, and possibly maybe, but my focus as far as expansion will be a Ascend Community Group.
I like that. I like that. Now, I have my little closing questions, and my closing questions is always one message. So there was one message you want our listeners and people that are watching, the people that's going to be watching the replay, to remember about recovery, mental health, and hope. What would it be?
Stay true to yourself. Let go of the denial, the stigma, and stop worrying what other people think. People are going to be people. Love yourself and help yourself.
Mm, yeah, yeah, I feel that. I feel that right there. I
You
feel
felt
that.
that.
I felt that. I felt that right there. For real, for real. I felt that. I felt that because that's that right there. Yeah, yeah. I felt that. I
And let
felt
me
that.
add something else. People have a tendency to always do things to appease other people.
Mm,
But
mm.
you cannot be unhappy to make someone happy.
Yeah.
Don't do something you don't agree with just to appease the next person. Back to my first line, what I just said, be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
God made us different. Everyone, we don't think alike. We don't see things out the same lens. We don't act the same. Be yourself. Be who you are. And don't be someone different for someone else. That's the most important thing. And I've had to learn that as an individual because it's not about them, it's about me.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. You know what? We're gonna be checking you out down there in Texas. Got
Oh,
Texas accent down there in Texas. So, how can people connect with you and learn more about your work? Websites and anything, Instagram. Give it to them right now for me.
yes. Our website, we have two. Step Forward has a website. Ascend Community Group has a website. So the website for Step Forward is www.stepforwardtc.com. Ascend is Ascend, www.ascendcommunitygroup.com. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Mhm.
And under all those pages, I'm under Dana LaPointe Teat. So that's Dana Lapointe, LAPOINT -TEATE. I can be followed on all of those social media platforms. And our businesses also have a social media page. And
Okay.
those social media pages are Step Forward Treatment Center, and the other one is Ascend Community Group.
All right. All right. Well, y'all heard it first here, right here with Miss Dana. You know, what I mean, doing big things out there in the community, especially when it comes down to mental health, and especially when it comes down to addiction. Like, I appreciate you. You know, once again, this month is Mental Health Month for men. And I am trying to bring in everybody who talks about mental health. And addiction is one of them when it comes
Mhm.
down to mental health, you
And
know.
men are the worst too. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real with you 100%.
Hmm.
And in our community, men will say, another man can't tell me what to do. Another woman don't know my life. They don't know my life. They can't tell me what to do. But you continue to display these same behaviors.
Yeah.
So keep the broke mind. And it's just like a broke leg. You don't want to get help with, but again, that's their denial. They don't want nobody, and people don't, they don't want nobody to tell them what to do. And you refuse to look in the mirror to see your flaws.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna know you have a booger in your nose unless you look in the mirror to identify it.
All right now. All right now. I like that. Listen, I like that one now. When last time you heard booger? You feel what I'm saying?
Take it out. But
Yeah.
people don't want to see their flaws, and they don't want nobody to tell them nothing. And that's the bad thing that we deal with in our community and in our society,
Yeah.
especially with black males. And
Mhm.
that's the truth. I hate to say it, but that's what it is. Nobody can't tell me what to do. I'm a man.
Yeah.
I do what I want to do.
Yeah.
But you looking stupid. Get some help.
Get some help. Get some help because you need it. You need it. And I think that will make a more stronger community too. Because at the end of the day, I will always preach mental health. I will always preach therapy. Because I go to therapy, right? And it's a real impact, you know, because a lot of people don't understand things that you go through is going to impact things that you see is going to impact you. You know, I grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So you already know I'm not I haven't seen a whole lot. You know what I mean? But I didn't realize how much that impacted me through life. You know, and I will always tell people once you start to unpack, especially men, once you start to unpack, you will start to get these layers off you. So I will always preach mental health. I will always preach therapy. I will always preach get help, right?
Mhm.
And get it. And don't
I think you went out on me. I think you went out.
all right, I'm here right now.
You
There we
here?
go.
Okay.
I see you. I see you. I see you. So yeah, so I definitely appreciate everything that you have done. You know, continue on doing the work, continue on doing everything that you are doing. And once again, thank you for coming on here to the OT Radio Show, especially for Mental Health Month for Men. I appreciate it. And like I always say before we leave out, like I always say, someone asks you how you doing, you always tell them you're doing better than yesterday. And always
Better be yes.
remember, your voice, your mission, and your purpose matter here in this world. So find it, use it, and strive for it. And yo, we will see y'all later here on the OT Radio Show. Same time, same place tomorrow. Peace. Miss Dana, I appreciate you. I
Thank you. I
appreciate you.
appreciate you.
All right, now follow us on all social media platforms. Make sure y'all follow her on all social media platforms. And welcome to the family because now you're part of the family. So welcome to the family. Appreciate it. And
Thank you.
and congratulations because June 1st means a whole lot to you because
Yes.
everything come together on June 1st. So
And my
listen,
birthday was June 3rd. So
what? Listen. Proud moments. But thank you for your dedication. Thank you for
thank
your
you.
hard work. Thank you for everything that you're doing and continue on doing here for us in the community. And just period. We appreciate you and you are
Thank you.
needed. So
Thank you. And
thank
I
you.
appreciate
And
you for having me.
yes, ma'am. All right. Well, listen, enjoy the rest of your day. Have fun. Tell the family thank you for allowing me to have conversation with you. I appreciate it. All
Thank you.
right. All right now. See y'all
See
tomorrow, same time, same place here in the OT Radio Show.